Have you ever considered obtaining, remarried, but curious if you're creating the best decision to marry later in life? Offers a totally unique experience. But in your younger days, and there are some realities that individuals frequently ignore until it's no longer possible, regardless of your experience. Been on my own for a bit after a recent separation. Even after losing a spouse, starting anew brings its own challenges. Distinct obstacles that may impact your money matters, connections, and the big picture. Joy in ways you might not have. In this video, we will explore, discover 5 crucial insights that you essential things to consider before tying the knot again after 60. These insights could completely transform your approach. Appreciation, dedication, and lasting connections. Protection during this phase of your journey as well. Many individuals tend to hurry into getting married again without considering the potential outcomes, shape their future, and eventually they discover navigating unforeseen challenges and difficulties. Yet when you, with the right knowledge, you can create the ultimate choice for your own well-being, one that provides satisfaction, tranquility, and balance. Make sure to stick around until the very end because grasping these 5 truths might assist you in steering clear of unwanted emotional pain and make sure that any new connection you enter is genuinely suitable for you regardless. You're thinking about tying the knot again in the near future or simply looking into the potential that you will. Ready to dive in? Let's jump right in. Top financial truths evolve. After 60, one of the most unexpected revelations individuals encounter when tying the knot again later in life. Life is about the extent of its impact on others. The financial situation that many people assume tying the knot once more is all about affection and togetherness. Yet the truth, marriage is also a legal and financial dedication if you're not. Be cautious, as it may impact your future plans, saving Social Security benefits, retirement plans, and a legacy you create for your kids or dear ones. The final. The last thing you desire is to step into a marriage, trusting that it will simplify things solely, to come to understand later that it has become complicated. Your financial future in ways you never imagined. One significant aspect to keep in mind is how remarriage impacts Social Security, advantages that a lot of individuals may overlook. If you're getting support based on the work history of a previous partner, advantages might be diminished or possibly removed once you tie the knot again. This might be surprising, particularly if you are depending on that revenue to support your lifestyle, along with pensions and survivor benefits frequently include limitations, some of which have been lifted. When getting married again, if you or your significant other get pension payments, it's valuable taking a close look at the terms beforehand, making any choices outside of government advantages. But there's also the concern of planning for retirement and managing your estate. When you commit to your financial situation is no longer solely focused on you, it has evolved, includes the financial obligations and resources of another individual, and spending patterns even if you and your maintain individual bank accounts with your new partner. State regulations might influence the management of assets, split during the process of a separation, or if you have kids or grandkids, you'll also want to think about how a fresh union influences. The legacy that is passed down is often taken for granted. They can easily pass on their assets to their children as intended, but new marriage frequently alters legal entitlements concerning the approach to property and wealth distribution. For instance, there's Robert, a 72-year-old who found love again after losing his first partner. Always thought that his kids would receive his estate, but following after tying the knot again, he discovered that his new spouse possessed legal rights to his belongings that implied that his kids might find themselves getting fewer than he initially. He needed to maneuver through challenging discussions and legislative modifications to make sure that all those he valued were guarded. If you're thinking When it comes to remarriage, it's important to take the time to have a conversation with a money expert or a financial strategist, ensure you grasp how it will affect your financial circumstances regarding your retirement and any resources you intend to hand down. These discussions might not seem passionate, yet they play a crucial role in safeguarding the upcoming second family dynamics can. Things can get tricky when you tie the knot again later. In life, you're not merely mixing two. You're merging the stories of your family's past and hopes, and although affection may unite two individuals as a family, connections can bring about intricacies that don't expect, unlike younger partners who are creating a future together. Individuals over 60 frequently arrive at a fresh union involving grown kids, grandchildren over the years of tradition. The dynamics within a family and how these relationships unfold don't always blend together as seamlessly as you could anticipate. One of the major hurdles is how grown-up kids respond to a new commitment, even if they desire you to be glad. They might face challenges with emotions of commitment to your former partner or concern. Discuss the impact of this new relationship on family customs, financial matters, or legacy. Some might embrace your new companion with welcoming embrace, while some might experience bitterness, doubt, or even worry for your well-being. These feelings are totally authentic, but if they aren't managed thoughtfully, they have the potential to produce ongoing pressure that impacts not only your marriage, but your whole family beyond. Connections with kids. Grandchildren can also change if you've dedicated years to being an important elder presence in their lives. Bringing a new partner into your life can feel like some might welcome the change, while some might require a bit of time to adapt. The same applies to your new partner's family. If they have kids or grandkids, of their unique fusion of traditions, and waiting for results can require a lot of patience and grasping. An additional element to take into account explores the impact of remarriage on inheritance. When it comes to financial matters, it's quite usual for kids to be concerned about new partner, may modify current wills, financial strategies, or even obtain a part of what they thought was intended for them. And although financial gain might not be the emphasis of your new connection, is frequently a hidden worry for loved ones. Conflicts among members can occur not due to desire, but because kids wish to make sure that their family's legacy is respected the original way it was. Let's consider Susan, who is 68. She found love again after a period of being on her own. For more than 10 years, she took on the responsibility of her children. Would feel joy for her, but instead she discovered herself maneuvering through awkward discussions regarding legacy, vacation, customs, and even her potential residence. Even though she was aware that her children adored her, she swiftly understood that her recent union needed open conversations and encouragements to foster balance within the family. If you're thinking about it, rebuilding a relationship requires time to communicate with be transparent with your family about what you want. Hear their worries and establish clear anticipations regarding what will and won't. Transformation might require some time for all to make changes while tackling these issues. Addressing things early can help avoid confusion and bitterness later. The secret is to tackle these discussions with calmness, transparency, and support that your choice revolves around discovering companionship while maintaining the connections you've established throughout the. If you're still tuning in after all this time, creating engaging content and uncovering valuable insights, your input is appreciated. Please share your thoughts by commenting number 2 below to show me you're present. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I highly recommend you do. Hit that subscribe button and activate the notification bell so you make sure you catch every video. Your support makes a difference. Let's keep producing great material too. Let's dive in and get you motivated. Progressing to the third point, which is emotional. The standards have shifted at this point. In life, connections appear unique than they did many years ago when you were. Early unions frequently centered on creating a shared journey of growth. Kids purchasing a house, building futures. However, after 60, the focus changes to marriage. Doesn't have to begin with scratch. It's all about the bond we share. Supportive guidance and sustaining. Freedom while living alongside. This change in dynamics is something that a lot of individuals don't completely think carefully before entering into another marriage, as it can result in unforeseen obstacles. One of the most significant distinctions lie in the degree of each individual contributes their own sense of freedom into the union by the time you arrive. If you're in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, you've already developed consistent practices, behaviors, and a method of embracing a lifestyle that aligns with your preferences. You might find your personal interests at home every day, beats that bring a sense of ease. New union brings in another individual's lifestyle choices and habits. Bring your visions into reality in that. Making changes can be challenging for certain individuals. Anticipate that starting a new chapter will be just as smooth as discovering the perfect match, but in truth, it demands thoughtful maneuvering of limits, personal area, and uniqueness. Distinctiveness, unlike younger pairs who might. Let's create financial security as a team. Marriages that occur later in life frequently include two people who are already secure and balanced. Being self-sufficient means that the motivations for uniting are varied affection, partnership, and mutual experiences. Experiences hold greater significance than external accomplishments, but this also indicates that both parties must be specific regarding their requirements, regarding the amount, the time they wish to share together. They manage conflicts and how they preserve individual autonomy while continuing to cultivate the connection. An important aspect to take into account is previous emotional experiences. If you've gone through the loss of a partner or navigated a challenging separation, memories and feelings don't just vanish when you remember you and your fresh. Collaborators each contribute years of experience with your past connections and family, relationships, and firmly established insights on affection and dedication. This isn't necessarily negative, but it does imply that embracing vulnerability, showing understanding, and allowing time for growth. Grasping concepts is crucial. The manner in which you convey emotions or manage feelings. Conflicts can be influenced by previous experiences, journeys, and discovering how to find my way. Those distinctions are essential for achieving success. Let's consider Harold's experience with his second marriage. At 75, he discovered love once more after experiencing alone for many years, but I was surprised by how distinct this new. The connection experienced in contrast to his initial one. The union with his late spouse had been his collaborators for years, and the manner in which they operated as a pair was profoundly embedded in him. His new spouse, in the meantime, was single for quite some time and cherished her autonomy in ways I hadn't come across this before. It required some time to discover their flow for harmony, intimacy with individual boundaries, to express yourself without referencing previous experiences, and to completely embrace the distinctive dynamic of their union. When considering remarrying, reflect on what you truly want. If you genuinely desire to end this relationship, are you seeking a connection without significantly altering your everyday routine? Do you want to share a home routine? Would you like to keep them separate? Are you emotionally prepared for your living spaces? For the challenges of merging two set lives, the solutions to these inquiries can assist in guaranteeing that your upcoming partnership is founded on reciprocity, comprehending instead of unfulfilled anticipations. Number 4, lawful. What you think is less important than other factors. Believe that marriage goes beyond mere emotions. Commitment is a binding agreement, and when you tie the knot again after 60, the legal elements of that agreement can be significantly more intricate than they were in your earlier years. Numerous individuals believe that affection by itself is sufficient to sustain a partnership, yet lacking comprehension of the legal, potential outcomes you may encounter, dealing with unforeseen outcomes ahead, journey from prenuptial agreements to there are rights regarding medical decision-making, important legal issues that need to be discussed prior to making that commitment. The initial aspects to take into account are how getting remarried can have a significant impact on how you approach your estate planning. When you tie the knot with your partner may instantly acquire specific legal entitlements to your resources, even if you meant to pass them down to your kids, grandkids, or other cherished individuals. Lacking a solid strategy can lead to the estate can be split in various ways. I never saw this coming, and it's the reason behind so many individuals decide to revise their wills or set up trusts prior to obtaining entered into a new marriage while safeguarding their belongings, allocated based on their preferences. An additional crucial legal aspect is making choices in healthcare. If you were to become unwell or unable to function, who would possess the authority to make healthcare decisions? In many situations, a partner is automatically granted precedence over adults, kids, or other relatives. This can capture interest, especially if your recent partner and your kids have varied perspectives on your care environment, advanced directives, or healthcare. Having a power of attorney can provide clarity for your hopes and avoid possible disagreements. Before they come into play, prenuptial agreements serve as an additional resource that can offer clear understanding and safeguarding for all parties involved. While certain individuals may be reluctant to discuss a prenuptial agreement due to concerns, it may come off as lacking in romance, but the truth is that it may assist in avoiding clarifications and make certain that both individuals are stepping into the union with clarify expectations. A well-organized prenuptial agreement can create a structure for understanding assets, liabilities, and financial matters. Tasks will be managed, minimizing the chances of conflicts down the line. Consider Eleanor, who at 67 experienced a fall, filled with joy and eagerly anticipating the journey of remarrying. However, she also possessed considerable assets that she wished to pass on to her children, and her fiancé engaged in a candid discussion and chose to create a prenuptial agreement, understanding that explicitly outlined their financial limits. This not only provided her tranquility while also providing comfort. Kids that what they would receive as their legacy was. Legal matters can often be unpredictable, easy to discuss, yet they are essential if you're thinking about. When considering remarriage, it's important to take the time to sit down and reflect. Lawyer focused on estate matters, organizing, and family legal matters involve these. Conversations at the outset can avert uncertainty and pressure, subsequently enabling you to concentrate on what really counts in the process of creation, an enriching and stable partnership. If you're still tuned into this content and discovering these insights to be beneficial, please drop a comment number 4 below to share your thoughts. You're here, and if you haven't already, I highly suggest hitting that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you stay updated. Your support makes a difference in our videos. Keep producing valuable material to educate and motivate you. Now let's keep going. Number 5, the meaning of joy. Transformations that occur as we mature over time. Grasping the changes in our sense of joy. Marriage in one's younger years frequently represents creating a future while nurturing a family, building a solid financial foundation, or building a life together from scratch. But after 60, joy seems to fade away. It's not just about building, it's about keeping it going, delighting in and discovering satisfaction in the life you've crafted holds significance. It's crucial to consider this before entering into another marriage, to reflect on whether this connect with the type of joy I genuinely desire at this point in my life a lot. Individuals often think that tying the knot once more will effortlessly bring them happiness, but the reality is joy in the later stages of life originates from various sources apart from it. At one point, it was about connection and experiencing everyday moments together, collaborating with others, while for some, it's focused on keeping autonomy while having a collaborator for memorable experiences, and for a select few, it's focused on maintaining their way of life and avoiding any need to settle for less. Established practices and customs. The essential part is grasping the concept of joy. Seems like it's different for you now than what it originally meant. 3 or 4 decades ago, one of the most significant common errors individuals encounter when entering a new marriage after 60 is believing that love alone will address feelings of isolation, while companionship is truly a wonderful experience. It's crucial to acknowledge that individual true satisfaction originates from inside you. If you're not content by yourself in a partnership, isn't likely to alter that at all. Embarking on a union with certain anticipations that it will fulfill you can lead to let down, particularly if the truths of opening up your world to others. Someone feels more limited than you. Anticipated. Another aspect to take into account is lifestyle harmony. At this point in life, you probably have a solid foundation. Morning rituals and how you start your day. You enjoy exploring new places no matter how you make it happen. Your social life, when your new partner has a completely new approach to experiencing it, might generate tension instead of joyfulness. Varies among individuals. Unplanned, while some choose. Some appreciate calm nights at staying in, while others excel in social settings. Adjustments. If you and your possibilities partners aren't on the same page in these aspects, it's important to consider how much you are open to making changes, or if those changes would ultimately enhance you. Consider Frank, for instance. At 72, he encountered an amazing individual in no time. Entered into a new marriage with the hope of finding companionship would occupy the space left by his earlier wedding. However, as time passed, he came to understand that my new spouse had quite distinct expectations. She had a desire to explore often, while she preferred to remain nearby. Extremely outgoing, while he valued solitude. Moments spent nurturing their bond. They faced challenges in reaching a mutual understanding, and Frank frequently sensed that he had misplaced a part of himself, of the liberty and ease he had cherished during his time as a bachelor. Before you tie the knot again, spend some moments considering what genuinely brings. Are you feeling joyful? Would you like something classic? Partnership where you exchange everything, or would you enjoy having someone to share experiences with? Individual area. Do you think you'd find more happiness living apart? However, sustaining a dedicated partnership. There are no definitive answers, only possibilities. What resonates with you the most? The key aspect is to make sure that every choice you make backs your lasting joy instead of shattering the calm and satisfaction. You've already established the ultimate foundation in your life. As we conclude this video, let's reflect on some thoughts. Time to think about what we've discussed. Tying the knot again after 60 can be an amazing. It's a choice that comes with experience. Includes significant truths that so many individuals tend to overlook until they're already deep into it, from financial aspects related to family dynamics of emotional expectations in legal contexts, consequences in your individual. What happiness truly means encompasses all of these aspects, elements that warrant thoughtful consideration. Prior to taking such a transformative step, dedication, the reality is union at this. This phase of life is all about breaking away from the past. Customs revolve around the decisions we make. That genuinely benefits you. As some individuals discover profound satisfaction in entering a new marriage, others come to understand that their true joy lies upholding their autonomy, or delving into different types of. Having someone by your side is the key to everything. Is that any path you decide to take it matches your principles and way of living and your future health. If the video has provided you with some food for thought, I urge you to be patient and take your time. Prior to making any choices, consider the Important discussions with your loved ones. Individuals look for financial and legal advice. And above all, pay attention to your own. There's no need to hurry at this point in life. It's all about celebrating what defines you. Joyful, not concerned with others' expectations or opinions. What society defines as normal, I appreciate it. Thank you for being here today. We're eager to listen to your thoughts. Feel free to drop a comment below and share your thoughts. Something you discovered today and the way you strategize on how to incorporate it into your daily routine. Our thoughts hold great significance, so please don't hold back in sharing them while going through your feedback provides us with incredible inspiration. And if you found this video enjoyable, here's a little boost for you. If you found this helpful, please give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and share to show your support. Let's keep producing great material too. Thank you for your support and motivation. Tuning in, and we can't wait to catch up. Catch you in the next upload. T.